Welcome to Gamesthetic, episode 193. I'm Alex Lavis-Park, the over. Phenomenal day. All right, rough start. I pressed the wrong button for the cameras. We're on all three of us right now, and I also turned off the wrong thing.
I didn't know what it was. I was just laughing at you.
We're here.
I knew exactly what it was as soon as he said so. It was, and in my head I was just thinking, all right, cool, we're back live. We can't say anything terrible that we can edit out later. Then he immediately botches.
Like, oh shit. Yeah, no, my bad. Back in the saddle. First time in a couple weeks. Shout out to the boys for holding it down. Appreciate you guys. Really enjoyed both you guys' episodes. Boys, how we doing? How we feeling today?
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a busy day.
Oh yeah, what you been up to?
Well, there was League Worlds going on this morning. Then
Woke up to that.
Then Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to play Monster Hunter Wilds beta, and all of that took a lot. That was the entire day.
Okay.
Because
That sounds about right.
Because League Worlds finals was happening this morning, and then I was trying to watch Crown Jewel and Worlds at the same time.
So did it go all 5 games?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
T1?
Faker, now a 5-time world champion.
Yep.
Shout out.
T1 has won their 5th world championship, second time back to back.
Gonna be honest, it probably would have been a riot if T1 didn't win.
True. I don't know much about
It was
like League, like Worlds, but I at least know that.
Well, I know everyone was really pulling for T1.
They weren't supposed to make it.
Yeah,
They
I know.
weren't even supposed to make it in the tournament.
Yeah.
No, it was fantastic finals. It was one of the more enjoyable series to watch. One of the only ones to go all 5 games.
See, I've very much considered watching that because I woke up to it like the 30 minutes left of the pre-announcer stuff. I just really wanted to go into Metaphor though.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic to watch. If you only saw part of the games or like saw the results and whatnot, wasn't sure if it was worth watching. If you enjoy watching competitively, really fun series to watch.
Curious, was it back and forth games or did it do a string and then
No,
come?
no, it was
Okay, cool.
It flip flop.
Because I didn't know if it could be like one just T1's moments where they lost the first 2 and then came back and sweeped. But hey,
No, they traded the first 3 games were traded because T1 lost the first game and then they won the last 2.
gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they won the last 2.
And then also enjoyed Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel was a solid show. Had some bangers in it. Had some alright ones in it.
Bronson Seth was really what I wanted to watch.
Bronson Seth was solid.
It was
Really?
what I was really excited to watch.
It was the train wreck I wanted it to be. In a good way. When I say train wreck.
I kind of want to see him do it again, but in a
Yeah.
no DQ match.
True. That'd be very solid.
So-
I think it's coming.
It probably will.
Yeah.
We'll find out tomorrow.
True.
Or Monday. I mean.
Yeah. Today's episode, though, we'll be chatting about some Dragon Age. Got Monster Hunter Wilds beta. Then we just got a bunch of random news bits and really whatever else we want to chat about. Like Firewalk Studios has been officially shut down, so we're going to touch on that. Pokemon TCG Pocket launched. I've actually been playing that. Been having fun with that. Shout out to that. Then some random Nintendo announcements because they will announce everything under the sun besides the Switch 2. So shout out to that, too. We'll also make sure to give our praises to Rogue Energy and Agent Ink later on in the show. Make sure to check out the Patreon, join the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend. All right, yeah, the music's already down. Cool. All right. Have you picked up Dragon Age?
Wait,
Nope,
I
finishing Metaphor.
That's fair.
I would. Let's do Monster Hunter first.
Okay.
It's going to be a fairly short.
All right, yeah,
Because while the beta is out, there's
Is it limited content?
It's limited content. There's only so much you can do.
All right, so I've got 2 questions. One, are you experiencing performance issues? Because I saw that it's struggling to keep a 1080 with a 4070, which is crazy. And 2, how much did you dive into that character creator? Because I have seen some wild characters. I've seen like Pikachu get created. I've seen Chucky. I've seen one of the main characters from Like a Dragon. I have seen some wild characters. One of the dudes from Hunter x Hunter. I've seen some crazy characters.
So I don't. Usually with my characters, I don't go too crazy with it. I kind of get a general build, and then like hair and facial hair is all I. Hair, facial hair, and eye color are pretty much my staples.
At least for like games that you really love. Because I know for like Wulong, you're like, let's just make something fucking wild.
Yeah, it's like occasionally I'll dive into a character creator.
Okay.
If it's going to be like a really long-term game.
Yeah.
And yeah, your character and your palico that you create will carry over into the
Base
official
game. Yeah.
release of the game. but I didn't dive too deep into the
Okay.
character creator. A lot of times, I don't. Most of the time, because I mean, outside of the beginning of it, unless you're running around without your armor on and stuff,
You're covered up by
I prefer seeing the
armor.
cool armor that I've crafted over
That's
time.
fair. That's fair.
And as far as performance issues, nothing.
Okay, that's good.
It's running perfect.
You probably just have it at the right settings, you know, because when I saw, people say it's like it's struggling, or like it's like, I feel like that might be
Well,
like
yeah, if
maybe
it's-
up not having your card updated or something, like a 1080 on like a 4070, like that's got to be some other underlying issue or something.
Yeah, and it's like when you launch the game for the first time, it goes through and optimizes shaders and everything.
Okay.
So if you go in and crank everything, yeah, you might have some performance issues, but I haven't had any.
Okay, that's good.
But for the beta, you get the full character creator, which, like I said, will carry over into the official release for your character and your Palico. If you want to spend the time on it, it is worth doing because it will carry over, at least on whatever platform you're playing it on. If you play it on PC and then buy it on PS5 or something, you'll have to remake it again, obviously. But just worth mentioning, we get the intro cutscene, kind of the introduction to the game, and then we get it jumps right into like the first mission, which it's kind of just the introduction, similar to World and some of these games where you're traveling to your destination, and in this case, it was in one of the trailers where you kind of see some of the monsters like jumping through the sand and chasing after somebody. You jump out to save them essentially, and then as you're it kind of teaches you some of the slinger mechanics of because in this game you can use your slinger to, like, most of the ammo that you would get, you can use your slinger to pick it up from a distance. So like, and like some of the flying creatures, you can use your slinger on them to gain ammo to shoot at monsters around and stuff. It's actually pretty. I do like it because a lot of, like, not like the plants, but most things that you would pick up, you can use your slinger from a distance and grab it to change out your ammo and stuff. Makes it feel more fluid.
Yeah.
I'd say in my case, it feels like my versatility of just being able to grab it from afar versus menu shortcutting everything.
Yeah, and it looks like they've changed up. That okay, I'll hold on that. There's a lot. Monster Hunter in itself has a lot of menuing. There's a lot of menu setups and stuff, which really you'll have to just mess around with it and figure out what your own setup that you like. But yeah, for the introduction of the game, essentially we jump off the barge. You immediately get your mount for riding around in the open world. Save the kid, and then it kind of immediately jumps, or you find out like, oh, they are running away from a monster because their brother told them to leave because another monster showed up and he distracted it. So then immediately we're tasked with going to find the brother to try to save him, which basically just leads into the first hunt of the game, which I don't remember the name of the monster. It's a giant frog. So it's kind of your typical first monster hunt of the game.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have people comment on this saying it's like, oh my God, they're not true Monster Hunter fans. They can't remember the name of the frog. Like that one time where someone critiqued both of you. It's like, these guys aren't true fans. They don't remember all the weapons. It's like, guys, come on. What are we doing?
It is what it is.
Wait, about Monster Hunter?
Yeah, you guys were
I'm not a true Monster Hunter fan. I barely play.
it was some conversation you guys were having about all the weapon types of this game, and like you guys like couldn't remember like one or two things. And I remember someone commented on this. It's like, these guys aren't true fans. They can't remember all the weapon types. And I was like, hey, it's not that serious, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I don't consider myself a true Monster Hunter fan.
I enjoy playing Monster Hunter. I play 3 weapons.
I'm
there you go.
hella casual.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like I play it's like I started with World, played Rise. That's the extent of me playing Monster Hunter.
Yep.
It's like I enjoy it, and I'm gonna enjoy Wilds when it comes out. But yeah, I don't know all the monster names right now. When the game comes out and I hunt them 50 times each, yeah, I'll remember them then.
Yep.
No, I won't.
But yeah, you kind of do the first hunt, and then it takes you back to the kind of the hub area, which is your town, and then from there, it kind of just immediately sends you out on an expedition, to show you about alpha hunts, which in the trailer they showed like packs of monsters roaming together. And that's essentially what this mission is telling you how to do. It's a group of 3 monsters like roaming around together, and you have to. The objective is to hunt like the alpha of the pack. And they give you a bunch of like supplies, like large dung pods, to make them run away in different directions. Then you can chase down the alpha and fight it.
Can you just murder them all if you want to?
You can. You'll just be fighting 3 monsters at once.
That just sounds like more materials to me.
Yeah. So it's like you could fight them all at once if you wanted to. It's just the game is very much telling you, hey, there's several monsters here. If you use these large dung pots, they'll all run away in different directions, and you can hunt them one by one. And the map is big.
See, I've watched a couple streams with the beta. I mean, and yeah, the map is fairly large.
The map is fairly large. There's a lot of different traversal with it, because since you have the mount, it's not just running along. Sometimes there'll be like little like crystals or like structures and stuff like in the air, or like you can jump up and climb and run across on. One thing that was cool is in the hunt I was doing, I kind of ran the monster around a little bit because I was just running around. It was just chasing me. The weather's pretty cool in the game, because there'll just be like thunderstorms and stuff happening. Or
Isn't that like a new thing to this game?
I believe so.
Okay.
But yeah, there'll be like sandstorms where your vision's reduced. A thunderstorm going on where lightning was striking around during the fight. And the lightning can just hit the monster and do extra damage to the monster.
Nice.
It can also hit you and do damage to you.
Nice.
So it is cool that like the weather kind of is a factor. So
Yeah,
if you're
it's
fighting
not
it,
just for
if you're
looks.
fighting in a thunderstorm, you have to watch out for the lightning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I've had fun with it. I've hunted a few monsters on there. I'm kind of floating through like my typical few weapons that I like to use, and trying to do a few hunts with each weapon to see which one I prefer. Because also the move sets are updated from. They have like the Iceborne move sets and everything with them too. At least Sword and Shield does. I never bought Iceborne, so I was having to learn the move sets for Sword and Shield again. But that's kind of thing. I got to do a few more hunts with my other weapons, see how I like them, see how they feel in like the bigger open environment. Because like some weapons I didn't actually play in World, I only played in Rise, so I gotta see how they feel now, because they even Sword and Shield did feel a little different in this game, and I only played it in World. So that's kind of probably going to be my objective for tomorrow, is do some hunts with some additional weapons, see which ones I end up liking best overall.
Right.
But yeah, so far, like I said, ran very well for me. It's like map was like big, open, a lot of different levels to it, a lot of like cool areas to it. So be fun to actually explore it more, and looking forward to the game actually coming out.
Yeah, so the beta just completely hit every expectation you had for it, right?
I mean, it's
And
kind
just
of
amplified your hype for it.
it's like with the beta, I was like, I'll go in, I'll hunt some monsters, see how different the weapons feel, and make sure that it feels fun,
Right.
and it does. So yeah, A+ for me.
Nice.
How long
Unfortunately,
does it run?
That's a good question.
I think the beta's just this weekend.
Okay.
and also not A+ for that really sick controller being Japan only. That sucks.
I'll end up with it.
Yeah, no, that's when I saw that, I'm just like, John will still find a way. He'll find a way, and he'll get his hands on it.
I mean, you can always find scalpers.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm trying to get one for you right now. I'm trying to secure one for you right now.
Well,
Do you have a connection in Japan?
Through my wife, yes.
Oh,
she has a friend over there, and she hits that friend up to buy stuff over there every once in a while. And so I told her, I was like, yo, can you hit him up and be like, can you get like a couple of these controllers? You know, one for her, and I was like, get the other one for John. So I'm trying to pull some strings. I'm trying to pull some strings. If I'm able to get it, I'll let you know.
All right.
At least that way you can get it for like the actual retail price and not whatever you're going to probably end up buying it for.
Plus whatever
months
shipping
down
to
the
get
road.
it from Japan.
Yeah, I know. So here's hoping. That does suck that it's Japan only though. What was the one that you have that was not?
It's a Final Fantasy.
Okay, that's
16.
what I thought. That's what I thought. Because Hogwarts was here, but it was just sold out immediately.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Final Fantasy. Yeah. How much did that one end up costing you?
Like $100.
Okay, well that's not bad.
No.
Well, hopefully the Monster Hunter is not going to be higher than that, but I guess we'll see.
Never know.
True. Yeah, shout out to Monster Hunter. Shout out to the open beta.
Yeah.
I saw it's been popping off.
Oh yeah,
Steam
just
numbers.
everyone jumped onto it when it
Dude,
came out.
Yeah.
Steam numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the hype for it's real and it's doing solid.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at what the absolute peak was, but I did like when I hopped on and like at least loaded it up and did the character creator last night. It was like over 400,000 people, like just for the beta, and then I think today it's been a couple 100,000 people, but I don't know. It's gonna, it is when it does come out in February, it's gonna absolutely blow up. It is gonna,
Oh, most
it is gonna
definitely.
do some fucking numbers.
I was trying to see some numbers real quick.
But yeah, for people that have played Monster Hunter, if you enjoyed Monster Hunter, you're probably gonna pick up Wilds when it comes out, regardless. If you're unsure about it, and you're unable to actually play the beta, if you liked World, you're really gonna enjoy Wilds.
So is beta only on PC right now?
No, it's on PlayStation and stuff too.
Yeah, it's on.
So
PlayStation.
it's across the board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus subscribers have got 3 days early access
Yeah,
to the
they
beta.
got it first. So currently on Steam at the time of us doing this show, currently got 65,000 players. 6,500. Sorry, yeah, 65. Yes, 65,000. 24-hour period, 200K, and then the peak was 463.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because I
pretty solid.
saw
It's pretty solid.
last night it was like 400 or something when I first hopped on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean for a 3-day beta, it's gonna drop off, especially with we have very limited content that we're able to play.
Right.
Because I think there's 3 monsters you can hunt. In the beta right now.
Shout out to Monster Hunter Wilds, man. That's going to be the game of February in the extremely packed month of February. It's like 6 or 7 games all coming out then. Monster Hunter seems to be the clear standout of them all, or by the time the month's going to come to a close. I'd have to go back and look at everything else that's there. I think that's when Assassin's Creed Shadows got moved to. There's Monster Hunter and there's 4 others, I thought. I think
Is Stalker 2 in there?
it might be. I think one of your games is in there, isn't it? Which one of yours? It was one of the Like a Dragons, right?
Yep, Yakuza Hawaii.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Pirate in Hawaii. Yeah, that was just stacking up February, bro. That's gonna be one of the busiest months of gaming.
Yeah.
Majima being a pirate.
You're gonna have your pirate life. I'm gonna be having my Monster Hunter life.
I'll figure something out. I don't know.
I mean, it's like
you'll
it's like
pick
that couple,
something up just to
it's
be
like that
included.
couple
Yeah, I just wanna
years
be
ago
involved.
when you had Sonic, he had something, and I just
of
picked
War.
up Harvestella.
Yeah, I think it was God of War. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you picked up Harvestella just to feel included. Oh, that was funny.
Because it was the one game during that month that was suggested to me by all my personal ads. I was sure, screw it, why not?
Yep. That was
Still got that.
Yep. Shout out to that. I'll find something in February, so I'm not left out. Hopefully it doesn't just come down to being Assassin's Creed Shadows, because I really don't.
That'd be sad.
I don't want that to be
Yeah.
be my
that's
game.
gonna,
but
that's gonna be your
included.
big game.
I hope not. All right, now you're making me second guess things. Like, hold on, let me pull up February here. I'm
Do the
starting to get a little
Googles.
worried. Yeah. Let's see here. Video games in 2025. All right, let's see what Wikipedia's got for me. The go-to. All right, so all right, we got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Never played the first one, but I could do something there, I guess. I don't know. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Trails Through Daybreak 2. Oh, Avowed. There you go. I'm included. All right, we're cooking.
I mean, Civilization 7's in there too.
Which one?
Civilization 7.
Yeah,
That's
true.
a you game.
I mean, it is a
Yeah, that
big
is a
game,
U
right?
game. Yeah. There you go. I've got I got Avowed, so I'm included now in the hype month, and I'll also pick up Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection. So there you go, I'm included.
And they line
I'll
up
probably pick that up too.
and they're lined up very nicely. Avowed's February 18th. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is 21st, and then Monster Hunter Wilds 28th.
See, perfect. Just we're hitting it. We're gonna have like 3 straight weeks of banging conversations. It's gonna be great. Can't wait. Well, we'll see.
Of conversation.
Try to be a little positive here.
Don't worry, you can catch up in March with Football Manager 25.
Yes, God, I'm so excited. I think that might be. That's soccer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Or
It's not.
It's football.
It's football.
Football.
It's everywhere else football and
I know.
American soccer.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's shout out a sponsor. Shout out Rogue Energy. You can use the referral link down below, promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order, and we appreciate that extra support. They actually just recently had their first BOGO they've ever had. So maybe that's going to open the door to have more in the future, so definitely keep a lookout for that. Had that new energy flavor launch not too long ago. Was it Dragon Fruit Lemonade, I think is what it was. I need to pick that up because that sounds amazing.
The BOGO was great. I picked up a couple there.
There
Nice.
you go. There you go. Yeah.
Finally picked up the chill that you've been talking up.
Oh, have you had
It's
it yet?
good.
I haven't had it yet.
Okay,
but
it's
I've
good.
got it at home ready to go tonight.
There you
This
go.
case is good.
Yeah, there you go. Go pick up some chill and enjoy your evening. Use promo code Sparky3. Referral link down below. So, Dragon Age The Veilguard. So
Did you
right
pick
off
this up, Zach?
Nope, finishing metaphor.
Okay, so you don't have it just picked up ready to go. Just knock out
How
Metaphor first.
far have you played?
So I've just now picked up my 4th companion, Lucanus. I'm probably only like 8 hours in or so. I've been kind of off and on being able to play between yesterday and today. Right off the top,
Does the combat get better?
the combat's fun. Like
It is a press X to win button. You press X, and then occasionally you use an ability.
you don't. It's not
That's
occasionally.
how it's been since Dragon Age 2.
You don't. There's a lot of combos that you can do for stuff because,
What class are you playing?
I'm playing Rogue.
Okay, I play a warrior.
Oh, you picked it up.
I play a
Yeah, of course he picked it up because he knows how the combat feels.
Well, I thought he's going based off articles because
Well, you're
everyone's
playing-
bitching about the combat.
You're playing warrior.
It's not the most exciting action combat.
Not the most gripping.
It's like, yeah, you can do some. It's very basic combos that you can do. I don't know how the rogue plays. But
I'm going to
for
be honest. This
warrior,
sounds like standard Dragon Age.
it's very
Kind of is, yeah.
yeah. It's just it's a little lack, or it doesn't feel impactful. I would say.
Let me put it this way, John. The only combat I've ever had to really think about playing Dragon Age was Origins. Since then,
Yeah,
strategy was always you can. You don't have to.
It was one of those where I watched a bunch of videos on it
Yeah.
before I bought it, and I read a bunch of stuff, and I heard the combat was kind of. Which, let me put it this way: the combat feels a little lackluster to me. I'm still having a decent time.
The story and other contents keeping you going. Currently,
Yeah. The thing is, it's like I prefer like the combat just doesn't feel hard hitting until you use an ability. I would say.
I mean, that's true. As you continue to get like better weapons and stuff, like just the basic XY hitting.
So
It's like that's where I feel like that part doesn't feel impactful, and that feels like, at least at the point in the game I'm in, that's most of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So question is, the class is the usual warrior, mage, rogue?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, in terms of combat, I mean, it's obviously not the greatest action combat I've ever played, but I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun zipping around, dodging, using, I've currently got 2 abilities. The skill tree's pretty in-depth. I can probably go get a 3rd ability at this point. I forgot
be able to.
I forgot to go look at it, honestly. The ultimate, you get your ultimate ability, as like certain, the enemies get stunned for me. I can go do like a finishing blow. Those have been really cool. Being like an assassin type character, how it looks for me. I imagine how it's going to look for you looks cool too.
I was gonna say, like, you talking about the takedowns?
Yeah, like the right stick takedown.
I barely get to do them because by the time I fill up the bar to be able to do it, they're
Everything's
dead.
dead.
Maybe you should just go try a different class. Just go try Rogue. Rogue's a lot of. Or I'm surprised you didn't go Mage. That feels more up your alley.
Okay. Well, here's the thing: with the abilities that you get in the game, warrior is kind of like a mage.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You're the first, yeah, warrior. The first thing you get is a big drop kick.
Yeah.
I've got an ability where I call down spears that set people on fire, and I plan on going the more necromantic warrior route.
That'd be pretty cool.
So it's like I'm enjoying the game. Early, that's why I was asking, does the comment get where it feels more impactful? Because
I think so.
So as you stand, he's further than you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely further than me.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm, going through boss fights so far. It's not that difficult. As I've gotten more skills, and then like my allies have gotten more skills where I can combo the allies' abilities together, which I think that's really cool. I don't know if that was a normal Dragon Age thing. I'm not. Even though I adore Mass Effect, I never, for whatever dumb reason, never got into Dragon Age.
This is your first Dragon Age?
It's not my first, but it might be the first I beat.
This is your first Dragon Age?
I've dabbled in previous Dragon Ages,
dabbled.
but
Yes,
haven't played.
and yes.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. No, I mean, like the ability combos are cool. Once you unlock those, like pairing up stuff that like Lucanus and I had Nev with me, so stuff they can do together, or like Nev and Bellera, or like
Belair?
Era.
Belair?
Era.
There better be a Will Smith mod.
As well as Harding. I mean, like the combos have been really cool. Harding gets a little power up, so she gets some cool shit too. So like, I mean, I've enjoyed the combat. I've had I do agree in the early stages, it definitely kind of like, all right, we're just doing these few things.
That's why I initiated with, does it get better?
It does. Like, especially when you just look at that skill tree. I mean, like, the amount of shit you can do, over time. It's like, I mean, I'm pumped for where the combat's going to go.
One question about this. This just sounds like a weird mashup of Dragon Age Alliance.
Could be.
Because that's all I hear is you just playing Marvel Alliance with Dragon Age skin.
I mean, it very well could be with how everything combos together. But yeah, it does get better. I am kind of in the same boat with you about the story element, though. It's not bad. This is not a game where you need a lot of context of previous games. I mean, I had context going into it to some extent. It's just, you see some familiar faces that I at least know of the character's existence. Like I know who Solus is. I know, Varric. I know Harding appeared in Inquisition. Like I'm aware of characters' existence and some general lore. I'm not as familiar where I may
this
not
stuff
get
is
everything.
taking place after Inquisition timeline.
Correct.
Okay.
So I get the gist of things, but in terms of general story, I mean, there are elements about it that seem pretty interesting. Like, I just got Lucanus earlier, and I'm already very interested in him immediately. Like, he seems like such a cool character with this spite that he has, where it's like this little personal demon of himself that only he can see, but you as the player can obviously see it. But, all the characters around you, like your character and everyone, they can't actually see it and hear it. But he's just like an evil version of himself where, he's just trying to kind of take over Lucanus's body. And like the scene that I watched whenever I stopped playing earlier was when Lucanus joined you at the lighthouse. And, the spite was yelling at Lucanus, like, let me talk to them. I want to talk to Rook. Your character, and he kind of like went to go fuck Lucanus. He started getting like a nosebleed and stuff. So there's interesting elements where it's like I'm attached to certain aspects, like with the stuff with Solus and everything that he was trying to accomplish in the opening sequence and stuff. Like after that, Solus is essentially in your head. He's in your dreams. Like when you go to meditate, you and Solus can communicate with each other. As Solus is trapped in like this like gray void area that you accidentally trapped him in.
Good for him.
Yeah, basically. So you get to communicate with them, and I've enjoyed all of again in true Bioware fashion the choices. I've enjoyed little stuff like your first meeting with Solus in this void area. You can choose to be a little snarky with him, be a little asshole, and where Solus is commonly known, besides being the Dreadwolf, he's commonly known to be like the god of lies and treachery or whatever, right? And you can make a jab at that. He's like, how am I supposed to believe you? You are just a lie of, the god of lies, treachery, whatever. And then when you go talk to him again, he makes a comment about that. He's just like, well, I am the god of lies and treachery after all. So, you don't know if I'm telling the truth. And it pops up on your screen. Solus remembers the jab that you made at him, whatever. So, in true Bioware fashion, I'm enjoying that stuff.
I only speak aggressively or directly.
I like that. That's a fun way to play.
I will never choose. I would, because
you're a brute.
I picked warrior, and I'm walking into a conversation. The first choice you get, you're in a bar, and it's like, do you want to try to talk to him, or do you want to just fight your way through it?
And
I'm
you
like,
said fight.
and I'm like,
Yep.
oh yeah, we're fucking fighting. And
So in
then-
any conversation, you're sword first.
Yeah, sword first. Questions later.
there's so it kind of all the choices get put on the wheel.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
the locations for like what type of choice it
Yeah.
is always in the safe spot. So if there's ever one in the bottom left, which is like the aggressive
Yeah.
fight
Yep,
option,
yep.
I go there.
Yeah,
if,
that's where
if
he's
one
at.
does not go there, I am bottom right, which is just we're not fucking around. We're not gonna stand here and talk. We're gonna move on.
Standard Bioware speech circle.
Yep. He is renegade for life. Up front.
I will say like because I'm like I don't know, like I've played like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
There's one character that I give a shit about right now,
Mm-hmm.
and that is I think that is Harding, and that is only because in the like when you're first going in and you have to pick a companion to go with you.
Yep.
I picked Harding.
Okay.
And she got her ass kicked.
Oh yeah.
So she's Krillin?
She is the only
That's
character
mean.
where I'm like, I have an attachment to because my decision directly impacted you.
Yeah. See, I brought Nev with me for that choice, and she got fucked up too.
So it's gotta like, which character are you gonna bring with you? I'm like, oh yeah, you're coming with me. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, I've learned though. I did one time. I tried to pick a choice where it seemed like I was being nice to him.
Mm-hmm.
Never again.
X'd it out.
It was like tried to comfort her. She got mad. I'm like, all right, fuck you then. Tough love it is.
I need to know though, for character customization, does it allow you to choose your race?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
You get 4 choices.
Yep.
Wait, who's the fourth?
You get
The
human.
horn race.
You get
The Iron Bull dude. What's his race? Starts with
I
the
know
Q.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the race starts with a Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck! I thought my rotation was finally done. Come back around. Okay. Because ever since Origins, I've played an elf. Then it would force me to be a human in 2. So I played a dwarf in Inquisition. And I was going to go back to elf, but now I got to play the horn thing.
Yeah, you got to play.
I'm
you gotta
playing
play
the
that
horn
one.
guy.
Yeah,
Fitting for a warrior.
that is fitting for a warrior. Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Now let me ask you this, because this can be very easily missed. Apparently, I definitely missed it. Did you do anything with your Inquisitor? Because you can do that. You can edit your Inquisitor.
You
I
get
don't-
an Inquisitor?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Why do you have an Inquisitor?
The Inquisitor appears in the game.
Like your Inquisitor?
Yes, if you have a save file, you can transfer your stuff over.
Shit.
Yeah. So
I hated my Inquisitor.
I mean, you don't have to transfer. You can just go customize it real quick.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no. So on the finalized screen for the character creator, it's literally just right there to the right, and I just flat out didn't see it. It has like Inquisitor, whatever, and you can hit Y to customize. So you can actually go through and customize the race literally the same way you make your character. You can customize them completely. I didn't. I just went in there and just because from a story element, I thought it'd be really interesting. All I did was female elf, romance Solus, and disbanded the Inquisition, and they're dedicated to trying to save Solus, not kill Solus. So that was what I went with, because I feel like that could be an interesting storyline for this game. I feel like that'd be interesting. I think so.
Well, that's just complete. Because when I finished Inquisition, my dwarf, he was an asshole. He did not disband an Inquisition, and we were most definitely trying to kill Solus.
Yeah. Well, see, since I went with the lover's route for the Inquisition, I was just like, for the Inquisitor, I was just like, I feel like that'd be interesting for how this game is kind of set up. So,
See, the only one thing I'm not looking forward to is if me playing this, and I'll want to do another run in Inquisition again, since it's been so long. I'll have to load up my Xbox One.
oof.
I mean, that's not too big of a deal. I mean, it's plugged in. It's
Yeah. I don't even know where my Xbox One is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Shoot, I know where all my consoles are.
I don't know where my PS4 is, and I don't know where my Xbox One is. They're around here somewhere.
I got so if you play a rogue, do you have like multiple weapons that you get to switch between?
Bow and dual swords.
Yeah, usually.
That sounds less interesting.
Yeah.
What, you got sword and spear?
I got a sword and shield, and then I got a big 2-handed weapon, which the starter 2-handed weapon that you get is just fucking hilarious.
What is it?
It's a big wooden mallet that looks like you know, like a croquet mallet.
Yeah.
It looks like that. Just way, except like the head of it is just comically large,
That's fine.
and it
Now you're
makes a
making me
it
wanna go
makes
play
a
a warrior.
makes a funny box sound.
So with
You very quickly get a 2-handed axe that is significantly better.
so with combat, you're able to freely switch between the two weapons.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like in my case, for
Okay.
the dual swords and the bow, it's like dual swords is the very standard, the X, the Y, and everything, and then
Yeah.
you use right trigger to use the bow, and the arrows constantly like regenerate.
So the main difference is for, like, I assume it'd be similar for warrior, sword and shield. Sword and shield, you have a block, and if you perfect guard the block, you get a parry.
Okay.
If you have the two-handed, it's more of like a light block,
Gotcha.
and the two-handed is a much more like aggressive, high damage weapon.
Then what the hell does mages do?
That's a great question.
Don't know. I haven't made
I
one.
haven't looked into. I have no
Do
clue.
you just switch magic stances?
That's a great question.
Mage is one of the classes of mage, because I did read through. One class of mage is more about buffing or enhancing magic damage to weapons. So you probably have like a staff to cast with, and I assume you have like a sword.
So you have Mage Knight, strict rogue assassin-y stuff.
Yep.
Then Monk Mage.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So I think mage has kind of like, they have their typical like elementalist mage.
Okay.
They have like the spell blade,
Okay.
and then I think they have some sort of like
Monk Mage.
necromancy type mage. No, the spell blade would be the monk mage. Warrior it has like, I want to fight with two-handed weapons. I want to fight sword and shield, or I want to be kind of magic-y.
I don't want to play a mage to find this out because I typically don't like mage class in Dragon Age.
It's kind of what I was thinking about. I was in the character creator. I was hovering over mage and about to go forward, and I was like, I kind of just want to bonk something.
I was about to say, the only time I had fun with mage was Origins, just because if you played on higher difficulties, you had to care about friendly fire. So, I mean, you could literally just blow up everything on the map with mage. And if you just run a squad of mages, you just kill everything for the most part.
But yeah, I'd say, like, at least in my experience right now, and granted, I'm a few hours into the game. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, expecting it to get better. That's why I asked.
Yep.
Combat, I'm expecting it to get like more interesting, especially when you kind of get into more enemies or more higher health enemies or complex fights.
Probably.
So far, everything has been super easy to fight.
'Cause you
And
have high damage.
Yeah, I'm playing on one of the higher difficulties as well. So it's like I take a bunch of increased damage and everything, but it doesn't matter for the most part because the dodge and parry windows are very generous.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
It's very generous.
It is very
Okay.
generous. Yeah.
After because I've been playing like Dark Souls and Elden Ring and that is way more generous.
Oh, it'll probably be,
This is a vacation for you then.
this will probably be generous for me since I've been farming Zenless and yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say the big plus side in the combat is all of the abilities feel very fun to use.
True. I mean, the two that I've got, I like a lot.
Because like I said, I've got for warrior, the first one you get, like I said, it's a big drop kick, comically funny against basic enemies.
Does it send them flying?
Oh yeah, drop kicked a bitch off a cliff.
Alrighty.
Then like I said, I've got one where I just summon a bunch of spears down, where it's just like they rain down and then they put a burning debuff on the enemy. Really cool.
Yeah.
And then I've got one where I kind of just summon a bunch of shields around me, and if enemies hit me, they get knocked back and take some damage.
Right.
So very, very fun. I was kind of just picking stuff up to see, or picking abilities up to see how it is, because like you can respec at anytime, place, however you want to, because on the skill tree you just select the node you want to go to. And if you want to take it off, you just select it again, and it deselects the ability, and you get the point back.
Yeah.
There's no cost to doing it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably can, like I said, can get my third ability by now. That's one of my worst personal traits about RPGs with skill trees. I always forget to go check the skill tree and use points. I'll go so long.
Why? Most RPGs literally put a giant sign saying, "Hey, you got
trust
points."
Trust me, I know, and I
This
still
game-
forget to go do it.
This game, when you level up, it puts a giant taking up the top half of your screen, level up, go use your abilities.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I still forget to do it. I'm like this with every game with a skill tree.
Do you just close your eyes when you
Yes.
start seeing the level up last?
Yes, I try to play the game on hard mode. That's my way of playing on hard mode. Is
You
not
don't play
getting
hard
ability.
mode.
I know I don't. That's why this is my way to play hard mode. Is I don't get abilities.
I will say I don't know how the skill tree is for like rogue, but for warrior, it's kind of interesting because like one of the things that since you have a shield, you like one of your basic things is you can charge up and do a shield throw.
Okay.
Like Captain America.
Yep.
And
Nice.
there's a like towards the kind of necromantic type or like necrotic type mage warrior that I plan on trying out. There's points on the skill tree because I was just looking around where you can make the shield throw bounce multiple times and change it to necrotic damage.
Nice. That's actually really cool.
So it's like, yeah, there's just like points on the tree because, I mean, it's a fairly typical, or at least to me, a fairly typical skill tree where you have your starting area,
Yeah.
and then you have like, here's this section that leads to this one, here's this one that leads to this one, and it leads over here, and there's a bunch of small nodes along the way and then for each section you go to, there's like 2 or 3 like abilities that you get. And then everything else on that side kind of enhances how your basic attacks work for heavy or normal attacks, or they augment a section that is like they augment either the damage type or how the ability works. So, like I said, in one section it starts adding bounces to the shield throw, and then it changes the damage type, and then like in another section of it, you gain a lot more like stagger damage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I will say one thing about Dragon Age that I wanted to touch on is that I feel like all of the aggressive hate on the game is aggressively forced. Like there is so much
What,
hate.
people hating on it?
Oh my god, yeah. And I feel like the hate is so forced. I really,
Why?
really do.
Kind of why I bought the game. I was curious.
Yeah, just
So
hate for yourself.
what's the hate articles and comments?
People are aggressively mad about some of the like inclusion
Yeah.
in the game.
Inclusivity,
You're
stuff like that.
you're able to make like in character creation. You can make your character trans. You can give them whatever pronouns you want to, or you can give them he, him, she, her, or they, them pronouns.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of anger about that out there.
Yep.
Uh,
People hate the dialogue of the game.
the dialogue's kind of cringe.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say is it's kind of cringe. People, people don't like the combat. People think the combat sucks. You know, there's a lot of elements to this that with all the hatred that I think is really forced. Personally,
And my opinions on those, at least the point I'm at in the game, the dialogue could be significantly better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's bad. There's just it's whatever.
it doesn't actually bother me, but I'm also that guy that I personally like.
It doesn't
enjoy the Forspoken dialogue, for example.
Well,
Like,
it's
it
like-
doesn't bother me.
It doesn't necessarily bother me, but it is like there will be times where I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm like, come on, man, we could be a little creative.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
it's-
sounds like the Andromeda dialogue.
Honestly, that's about on par.
And then like combat, like I said, I'm early on in the game. I very much expect the combat to get more fluid or more free to use your abilities constantly when you want to. Because like right now, I have to build up. I walk into an area, I got to spend the first half of running through the zone building up to be able to unleash all my abilities. I expect that to get more fluid as I get more points and level up.
Yeah.
Just naturally, that would be better.
Right.
The combat itself, I wouldn't from what I've seen, I wouldn't call it anything special, but it's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's not bad.
It's
I enjoy it personally. I'm having fun. It's like a solid 8 out of 10 combat for me
I-
at this point.
I would call it like it would be a solid basic action combat system
Yeah.
that has that makes the abilities feel powerful, which is a plus because when you have a game where it's like based around the like using your abilities sparingly, if you're gonna do that, make them feel impactful, and they do.
Yeah.
So that's a plus for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of here's the weird thing. There's a lot of like hate going around. Like you see a lot of the hate rise up with the game. You go look at the reviews, like player reviews. This game's rated mostly positive by like 76% on Steam.
I was gonna say, because wasn't this the one that people who got early access were saying this is the BioWare game we've been waiting for?
Yeah, this is the BioWare return.
It kind of flips back and forth because it's like you get those. Because the weird thing is like, or this is a sticking point with me. IGN gave this a 9 out of 10. This is not a 9 out of 10 game.
As of now, I'd say no. I mean, as of now, I think it has the potential to be a solid 8. I mean, I'll open my brain to that. It can be a solid 8 for sure. I mean, I'm having fun.
Yeah,
It's a fun
well,
game.
that's the thing. It's like I'm not hating on the game by saying that, but this is not in contention as one of the best games of the year.
It's not nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
You know, I feel you.
It's
a good game though.
I would say like if it continues improving how I expect it to improve as I play more, I expect this to be a solid game, like a solid game that came out this year.
Absolutely.
It's not one of the best games that came out this year, but it is a solid, like, this is a good game.
Yeah.
Do you think it will be in the RPG for the Year award
Yes.
category?
There's not a lot of competition for that this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I would say it's going to be in there for sure. You know, Game of the Year nomination. Well, I would say no. We're going to give our official predictions on that here in the next couple of weeks. But
With what's come out this year, no.
yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, you've had some bangers here at the end half this year. You know, so that's kind of tough.
But yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, I'm gonna keep playing the game.
Yeah.
I ended up picking it up because I was curious from like watching videos, seeing a lot of the negative comments about it. But I was reading a lot of like reviews from like Steam and other platforms to see what people who. I also wasn't looking at reviews that had like an hour. I was specifically looking for people who had played it for like
20 or more.
Yeah, like the highest player like played time I could find.
Yeah.
And everybody who's played it like more than like 5 hours typically has like a positive review. They'll list out the stuff they didn't like about it.
Yeah.
But
It's not a perfect
pretty
game.
much everybody's got who actually plays a decent amount of it has a good experience with it.
That's why I feel like the hate for the game is just so forced.
I don't. That's why like I said, I bought it because of that.
Yeah.
I don't see where it's coming from.
Yeah, I really don't. Like you know, inclusivity is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You know, the combat, it's not bad, and it gets better. The dialogue, I mean, that's I guess, you know, everyone has their own kind of preference on stuff. You know, again, I didn't mind the Forspoken dialogue, for example, and that's considered one of the most cringiest dialogues out there. And I can definitely see it. I'm not going to argue that it has cringe elements. It's just, it doesn't really bother me. So like, you know, a little bit of like the cringe stuff with this dialogue, I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's like, there's elements about it. I genuinely feel like the hate for this game is so incredibly forced. I don't know why. I really don't. It's baffling to me. You know, I will say it does feel like, you know, I'm not going to say BioWare's return to like true form. I'm not going to say that yet, but BioWare is on the right path. You know, because if they were returned to true form, this game would be like a 90 plus on Metacritic, you know, an absolute banger, right? Like that would be true form to me, right? You know, but I mean, it's a very good game. I mean, in terms of Dragon Age games, it's now like tied for the highest. I think it came in like an 84. I think that's what Inquisition came at, which was the highest. So, I mean, that's good. Shout out to that. I mean, BioWare put out a new good game. You know, they had the Legendary Edition, remake, cool. Anthem, bomb. Andromeda, bomb. So it's like they put out a new good game. So that's good. That's what we need. You know, so I'm happy for that. I do feel
Wait, BioWare did Anthem?
Yeah. Unfortunately. We try not to think about that.
I completely erased that from my mind. I was thinking someone else did
I'm sorry
Anthem.
that I reminded you.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? They still have it up on their BioWare store. There's a section for Anthem on there.
But it's dead. Servers are dead.
I know, but on their BioWare store, you can still go and buy Anthem merch.
Yeah.
Just give up on the property, bud.
Yeah. One thing I think is going to happen with like Dragon Age: The Veilguard is it's got all this weird like publicity it's getting right now. This game is going to just kind of sit there for a while.
Yeah.
And then like all the negativity around it is just going to like slowly go away. And you come back to it and look, and it's all going to just be positive.
Oh, it's going to be similar to the Inquisition. People are going to come back and be like, this is better than I remember it being.
Yeah. No, same thing's probably going to happen here. You know, I'm having fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting to sit down and actively play for multiple hours and not getting interrupted.
Well, I should hopefully be joining y'all soon because I'm on the last fight of Anthems. Or not Anthem. Metaphor.
Last fight of Anthem.
Metaphor.
But no, overall though, Dragon Age is fun. Looking forward to getting through the rest of it.
I'm gonna keep playing it. It's like I said, enjoyable. I wouldn't keep playing it if I wasn't having fun with it.
What faction did you pick?
He hasn't gotten there yet.
No, that's character creator.
He hasn't gotten there yet.
Shut up.
When I selected my character, it just gave me one, and I just picked whatever it gave.
So you're the Grey Wardens.
Sure.
Okay.
That would make sense why they said I was
Oof.
something. I had a choice, I think, with a mayor of the town.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed
where I
that
was-
mission a lot. That mission is something that hooked me for the game.
You got demon blood in you.
That explains the necromancy stuff. Then.
Hey, what did you choose with that mayor?
Oh, I left him there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I left the mayor. I left him there.
There's a mayor in a town who does some pretty fucked up shit, and you get the choice of I had the choice of essentially like set him free, give him to the Grey Wardens, or leave him there to die.
I left him there to die.
You should have given him the Grey Wardens. Would have been far worse for him.
Yeah, but leave him to die was in my bottom right.
Yeah.
Okay.
My it's time to move on. Some people didn't like that I did that, but
Yeah, no, they're not a fan of leaving him to die. So I chose leave him to die, and then out of curiosity, I looked up if that would have major consequences or not. It doesn't. But if you actually leave him to die, you actually get a small side quest you wouldn't have got otherwise, where you can actually kind of get a look at like the indoctrination that elven gods can do. And like that whole thing, that whole mission, I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we're back to form with BioWare indoctrination. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Did we mention that earlier,
No.
Zach?
No, we didn't
So
touch
when-
a lot of story
So
stuff.
it's the guy's name's Solus.
Solus, yes.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the game, he's performing a ritual.
Yeah.
And when we disrupt the ritual and he gets put into his little jail
Yeah,
type
little
area,
void jail.
he releases. It's like multiple elven gods get released.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the goal is to, at least I don't know what the overarching goal for everyone else is. My goal is to hunt them down and kill them.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds standard
And stop the blight.
based on lore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elven
Yeah.
gods aren't very much appreciated by anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the game.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Hunt down
Hump
the
gods
elven
and-
gods and kill them.
Yep. And stop the blight from taking over
That
the
is
world.
a secondary objective.
It's still the objective.
What's your primary?
Kill the elven gods. That's my character's primary objective.
Okay.
Everybody else is talking about the blight, and my character's like, he's like, yeah, you guys want to stop and do research about this. We know that there is trouble that way.
What is your character's int at? Does it have stat? Does this one have stats?
Does it have stats like that?
I think so. I'd have to go back and look. I think so. I haven't looked. I'll be honest. I'm just playing. I'm just going.
There's not like a stat sheet like when you level up.
Oh
you don't-
no, I mean
yeah.
that's not a major thing in Dragon Age
I
since the
didn't know
first
if it
one.
was.
So
I didn't know if that was. I don't know, but I pick the options that make me sound like, hey, something. It's like we know something is there. Fuck looking shit up. We're going to where we know there's a problem.
okay.
That's how I'm playing my.
I'm gonna
guy.
be honest. This one may not have those stats because I mean those stats haven't been really important in a Dragon Age game in forever. So you may not have those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
I don't think so.
I don't know how important some of them. Like for the most part, a lot of the dialogue options, I don't feel like they have a big impact.
A lot of time.
So far it's a lot of fun in
There's
packs.
certain times where you're like, where you make a choice, you go, okay, yeah, this is my actual choice option.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes it's just a conversation is happening, you can reply to it this way. The same thing's gonna happen.
Yep.
That's
It's
standard
just-
for Dragon Age. I mean, you usually have pivotal choices that they're the only ones that really matter,
Yep.
and everything else is just like small, minor things that
Yeah.
will probably affect you in like the near future in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Which is why I decided to play my guy like in this straightforward way, because I'm like, man, it makes it a little more fun.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like in Dragon Age, a lot of the choices is very much the original Dragon Age is very much like, are you gonna side with this faction or this faction? So they join you in your fight against the spawn, and then the main thing is just they show up at your camp and their units join you in the final fight, and then you don't see the ramifications of that until Dragon Age 2, with some of the events you'll see with a carryover file.
Yeah. Which that's trademark BioWare actions.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause it's the same thing with like the Mass Effect, trilogy where you can make choices in the first game that have really no major impact in 2, but has a big impact in 3.
Then you make choices in 2 and they don't matter at all in Inquisition.
I was gonna say some of us are in 2020, like nearing the end of 2024, and we're just now playing BioWare games.
Sorry. No, there's definitely going to be some choices that matter. I would very safely assume it. And look, as long as it's not as bad as Andromeda, where I feel like almost every choice I made, I would never make a second choice. As long as it actually makes me question my choices, I'm good. Because Andromeda, like the choices didn't feel impactful.
There's only one choice I think in Andromeda that was like, okay, maybe I'll go back.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I would probably repeat the exact same playthrough. Like it didn't feel like any of the choices were actually like made me actually think.
The only thing Andromeda's was a rough game. The only thing I enjoyed was the combat.
So I actually touched back on Andromeda recently.
Sorry, John, Mass Effect time.
I actually got on Andromeda recently, and dude, the combat's so good.
Man, the combat's
oh
fun.
My god! But then like I get into like talking to all the characters, and I'm
then
like,
you regret it.
Oh man, this sucks.
I look forward to someone like watching this, and it's like, okay, they're talking about Dragon Age, and then skip forward to the combat's so good.
And Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, sorry.
In which I played it on the hardest difficulty on Insanity, so I mean I got to enjoy the combat for much longer spans of time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And the damn worm fights literally were hour fights, every single one.
Yeah, fuck those things, dude.
So whenever I died, I'd just fucking hit my head against my desk and go, fuck.
Anyway, back to Dragon Age.
What difficulty are you playing on, by the way?
It's like the whatever the middle difficulty is. I'm
The
just
standard?
Here, yeah, I'm just here to have a good time.
What, are you on hard?
I don't know. They have like 7 options.
Yes.
It starts at like
Storybook.
it's like storybook where it's like
You're here for the story. You don't care about the fighting.
and then like every time you go up in difficulty, it basically just increases the amount of damage you take and increases the stats of the enemies.
Yeah.
I'm on not the furthest one, but like a step down from that.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm
Just because
like in the middle.
just because I heard it was like kind of easy combat, so I was like, I'll just make it increase
So
difficulty.
some of your in-game fights may be entertaining then.
Yeah, true. No.
Yeah. It's one of those it's when I learned that the dodge window and parry windows were pretty generous, is because I kind of walked in and didn't quite understand. There's no real, like, if you're hitting an enemy, they start up an attack. But you can hit them with whatever you want to. There's not really interrupting it.
Okay.
So I get smacked around, and yeah, you definitely take a lot of damage when you play on the much higher difficulties. So you get hit, and
Are you able to just dodge cancel out of your attack animations? Or block parry?
If you're in attacks, you can dodge out of them.
Cool.
Yeah. There is dodge canceling.
Yep.
Or like attack canceling with dodges and that, because that sometimes I've been going for charge attacks, realize I'm about to get smacked around by a few guys, and just dodge out of the way.
Okay, that's
It is nice that you can cancel out of them.
I just need to know that for any action combat oriented, because if you can't dodge cancel, it makes combat a bit more
if you're
pain in the
animation
ass.
locked, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's part of why I didn't play a mage. I didn't know if you could do it.
Yeah. Well, now you know. No.
Animation lock is a whole nother difficulty.
Facts. But no, very, very fun so far. Looking forward to getting further into it and getting the rest of my companions. I think I've got like 3 more to get, based on the companion select screen. So look forward to that. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Same here. Looking forward to playing more. See if I actually end up beating this game.
There you go. Let's shout out our other sponsor. Shout out Agent Inc. Use the referral link down below. You can pick up one of our 2 hats or one of the jerseys, and we'd appreciate the support. Again, use the referral link down below to pick up some of our merch over there. We also have our own shop as well, sparky3shop.com. You can go check that out too. Shout out.
We have hats.
We do have hats, and I still need to make that hat. I'm sorry. Also, Zach, so you said you're about to beat Metaphor?
Yep.
So overall, what have you thought about Metaphor?
I mean, overall, I've enjoyed it. It is sort of the only thing I am sort of sad about it is just that it is sort of what's become their signature style of game because of Persona, which I was hoping. I mean, it does have its significant differences and whatnot, but it has the same overall arcing gameplay and whatnot. And which, I mean, I enjoy that. That's fine. I was just slightly hoping for a little bit different, seeing as it was a new IP and whatnot.
Yeah, that's fair.
But overall, I've been enjoying it. I do feel like it's more accessible for casual, maybe, in terms of just overall mechanics and whatnot.
So I mean, it's easy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm fixing to finish it up the game, and I'm maxing out at pretty much level 70. And I haven't found anything higher besides the dragons I'm currently fighting. Because I'm literally at the end game because it's a whole big build up of just like all this stuff happening, and our guy Louise just be like, "All right, you've made it to where I am. We're gonna have an argument. I can't trust your argument. I'm gonna dip out. Come find me through this magical storm of bullshit." And the game's just like, and everyone gathers around. I was like, "All right, we got one shot at this. So you go do your things. We'll go hit him on the last day we can possibly do. So it's either we fail or we win." I was just like, okay. Mm-hmm. So now I'm finishing up the, as far as I can tell, in-game quest of you go fight 3 dragons to get overpowered equipment and some other power. And the dragon fights, they're completely optional, and they're literally just skill check fights.
Okay.
Because one's a bullshit ailment dragon who can't be harmed by anything. So you got to figure out a strategy to work around all that. One's I'm going to kill you with fire, so if you can't guard against fire, you're going to lose. Mm-hmm. The last one's is a pansy where if you block or reflect any of its attacks, it gets angry and hits you with a one-hit attack.
I am finishing up the second, or I guess the third major city. So I just got, what's her name?
Juno?
Juno, yes. I just got her. So that's where I'll stop playing.
If you need a debuffer, she's your standard.
Yep. I was also going to ask, what has been your favorite personal archetype that you use for yourself? I bet you use something fucking stupid, don't you?
No, I don't do anything stupid. The one I've been having the most fun with is a Berserker.
Okay.
Your Berserker's one of the last one you get, but
yeah,
it's literally just...
Isn't that tied to that one dude who's been with, like, Luis, whatever?
Yeah, Basilio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally, since I got him, it's just like, all right, Basilio, you do your thing. I charge him up, buff him all the way up, use one synthesis tag, he wipes the board.
Yep.
It's like, we're gone.
I was convinced that you were going to tell me that you play Merchant, and I'm like, of course you fucking throw
Oh,
money
I play a shit ton of Merchant.
I knew it! I
play
just threw money at
Tycoon,
people.
man. I play Tycoon. I have a weapon that triples the cost and does triple the damage.
I knew you just threw money at people. As soon as I saw what Merchant was and his attacks is literally costing you money,
yes.
I'm like, this is going to be a Zach archetype.
His synthesis attacks are hilarious. It's literally a slot machine. You throw money at people so they go beat up your enemy,
yep.
And then he just straight up buries somebody in money.
I knew you were going to play that one.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah, I know.
Because
it's one of Moore's earliest ones, isn't it? It's like the third one, I think.
No, it's not Moore.
Well, I mean, like for level up, like for more stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like one of the earliest.
You have to
ones.
level up Merchant, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you have to still use Merchant anyways because, well, I guess you don't technically have to use it. But one of the things when you get all your companions to rank 8, it says they're now able to unlock a new fantasy. They get a specialized class where you have to have a fuck ton of classes to go through a fuck ton of classes to unlock it. Mm-hmm. And one of them, Heismaze, is complete and utter bullshit. Because you have to have Max Ranger, or no, Max Gunner,
yep,
Max Merchant, Max Thief. You have to have those 3 max to their lead archetype. So, and with Heismaze to get his final Royal Thief, you have to have 10 different ones. Because you got to dabble in Mage, so you can unlock Mage Knight. You got to do Knight, so you can get Mage Knight. Max Mage Knight, get Mage Knight, Commander, Tycoon for Dragoon, and then Thief. His is the most bullshit out of anyone. Everyone else's is understandable.
See, I read online that his was pretty difficult to go through, but I didn't like dive into it. So like the only thing that I've got for him is I maxed out Gunner and I've maxed out Thief and I'm on Assassin. Yeah. I enjoy him as a gunner.
His is just a pain in the ass because to unlock all the elite archetypes, you need a shit ton of other classes.
Yeah.
So it forces you to jump around the board with him. Everyone else is straightforward. It's their main one plus one other one. Heismaze the other one's like, sure, we want you to touch on all the classes. But no, Tycoon's strong, man. especially for the dragon
Oh, I
fight.
don't doubt it.
Especially for the dragon fights, since they're all almighty damage.
Yeah.
Just literally throw money at them.
Yeah, just throw money and just call it a day. No, I don't doubt that they're strong. It's just one of those things that, I saw it and I'm just like, this is something that Zach plays.
Oh, I maxed Bridget immediately.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I
don't doubt
immediately maxed out her and got merchant.
I don't doubt it. I read the room on that one. I knew that was a Zach move. I just wanted to confirm. That's all I wanted to hear.
The game told me I could throw money at people to win. I went, yes.
Right.
I have so much extra money. I can literally play Tycoon for the rest of the game and never run out of money.
That's a Zach statement.
I literally throw 10,000 coins an attack.
Jesus Christ. It's like you with an Affirm card for real. I haven't, since, between Metaphor and now Dragon Age, I haven't sat down and actually picked up any more Dragon Ball, unfortunately. I barely played Dragon Ball. It really breaks my heart, honestly.
Hey, it's a solid game out, from my understanding.
No, I've barely played it just because it's like I was playing Metaphor. I got through like all the Saiyan stuff.
Yeah.
And that's about as far as I went. I've seen a lot of the what if stuff and it looks super interesting. You just need to actually sit down and get around and play it. That's a back burner one. That's a backlog. Just getting on there, just having some fights and just calling it a day.
Yeah.
But Metaphor and Dragon Age are both kind of my priority right now because I don't think there's another new game coming out for the rest of the year that I'm gonna buy. At least buy and play. We have Mario and Luigi, sure, but I'm not gonna play that day one. I may give Indiana Jones a try since it's gonna be on Game Pass. I don't have to pay for it, so I might give it a shot just for shits and gigs and talk about it on the show. I still want Life is Strange Double Exposure. Apparently, that's pretty solid.
It's got great reviews.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I want to grab that one and then Silent Hill 2 remake.
I mean, the only bad thing I saw about The Life is Strange is some people were upset with how they chose to do Sam and I can't remember her name.
Chloe?
I want to say Chloe as well. Is that right, John?
Is it Chloe?
That sounds right.
That
Okay.
sounds right.
Some people didn't like, I guess, how they chose to further their relationship, I guess. That's the only thing I had, but it was like a side thing. Some people were fine with it. Others,
Yeah. I still also really want Astrobot too. Need to get around to getting that one. Astrobot looks so much fun. Just a good old jolly time. Well, boys, before we get into the weekly wrap up, is there anything else you guys want to chat about?
Nope.
Zach? I mean, not Zach. John?
No.
All right. Weekly wrap up time. Let's finish up the show. So the first thing is Firewalk Studios has officially been shut down by Sony, and Concord is not coming back in any shape or form. This is everything about this. Like John has said before, it's like, well, you are the only person that likes talking about this. It's like, dude, Sony bought Firewalk Studios last year for a dumb amount of money, funded this game, and now there's this. And I know the official news behind the Concord thing was if the property's just the servers are shut off, the game is dead, but the property's kind of just on ice and we're going to see what we do with it, whatever. Everyone could read the room and say, yeah, there's no chance this property's coming back. It's just not. And now at least you have the official confirmation that the property is in fact dead and it's just not coming back.
Which is so sad because it caught everyone's interest because people want sort of a space game again.
Yeah.
That's not Starfield.
Yeah.
And it looked like it could have been it until they went, it's a battle team shooter. And I went, oh, okay.
Yeah. Lost us.
That was literally my reaction.
Literally you.
We watched that, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh, this looks pretty cool. This 5v5 hero shooter. I'm out.
Yep. Also
right.
with this, there was a mobile game development studio that was part of Firewalk. They also got shut down in the process. So double shutdown from Sony there. It's unfortunate. The whole situation with this has been so mind-boggling that it's led to, again, you bought them last year. It's a really big purchase. They hyped up, whatever. I think for the thumbnail, the picture I've got for it is from the official blog post, whatever. It's big hyped purchase Sony made, and then it's now you shut the studio down a year later. It's phew, God, man, that's just crazy to me. Pokemon TCG Pocket launched and has over 10 million downloads in 48 hours. Third biggest mobile game launch ever in terms of revenue.
So is it
What
just
are you supposed to do in this game?
Just play Pokemon.
like the card game?
It won't let you play it until you're level 3, and then you have to go through a fucking 14-step tutorial on how to play it.
Is that what you've been doing?
No, it's I haven't actually battled with it yet because it would, you get you get free packs.
Yeah.
Like every 12 hours.
Okay.
And the only way to gain experience early is to open packs. So it's like 2 days. It takes like 2 or 3 days to get enough packs
To even play the game?
to unlock battling. So I just unlocked battling earlier, and it's like 14 tutorials you have to go through before you could battle.
Well, see, I unlocked battling in my first day, just going through it. I just sit
There
down
was
and played it for a bit.
there's nothing to play until you get. What are you playing without the battling?
I mean, you just go through the tutorial stuff.
For what? All you have to do is open a pack before you get to battling.
It just kept telling me to do stuff, and I did it. And then I got to level 3, and I started doing the solo
I did
battles.
every pop up that they had for me, and it took me 3 days.
It took me 1 day. What are you doing?
Everything that the game told me to do.
All right, I'm about to download this and see how this goes.
Yeah, we got him. I mean, I've been enjoying it. I've never really been into the Pokemon TCG, so it's like, okay, well, this has been a fun way to enjoy it. You know, I haven't spent any money. Shout out to that. I'm proud of myself. I've just been getting all my cards.
I'll be honest, if you
naturally.
spent money on this, I would have been very saddened by you.
Wow. I want to open packs.
Yeah, I guess it could have just been as I opened packs, I kept getting the same cards.
That's
because
a possibility.
you get I think you get experience, but you get more experience for getting new cards.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at like, I don't know how many cards I'm at right now. Let me pull up the game and I'll tell
I
you.
looked up Pokemon TCG Pocket, and it still gave me Pokemon Sleep first.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like I've opened like 2 or 3 packs a day like the 2 to 4 or whatever packs a day, every day for the past few days. I have 45 cards.
Oh, yeah. No wonder you're not having a fun time. If you've only got, you must have just been drawing a lot of the same stuff. Because, like, right now, I have 193 cards.
Yeah, I started playing this on Thursday, or I started trying to play this on Thursday. I've been opening every pack. Every time I get a pack or the ability to open a pack, I open one. I've been doing my wonder picks. I have 45 cards.
And then I've got 8 of the EX or the like full art hollows. So like I got this really cool Articuno. I got that. Shout out to that.
I got the Mewtwo.
I have not got the Mewtwo. I've got this one. I got Pidgeot, which is pretty sick.
I pulled that one in a wonder pick earlier.
I got this Charmander. I got that in a wonder pick.
I don't have that.
I've got a really nice Cubone. Cubone's nice. Enjoy the Cubone. A really cool stylized Golbat. Enjoy that one. Let's see.
Question: do you know any actual strategy for the trading card game?
No, I'm learning as I go.
Cool.
Yeah, I got the EX Venusaur, so I was really gunning for that.
Yeah, I guess I
Managed to
didn't get
that.
I got the EX Mewtwo.
Oh, see, that looks sick. That looks
So is there
sick.
only currently one set in the game, or is there multiple sets?
It's one set, and then 3 packs, 3 stylized packs. The Charizard, Mewtwo, and Pikachu, and they each have different stuff in those packs. But there's only one set at the moment.
I got this.
I can't see what that is. That Bulbasaur?
Yeah,
I wish
that's
I had
the
that.
full art Bulbasaur.
I wish I had that. I'm jealous.
I got that in a wonder
Shit.
pick.
And we wonder why trading card game shop works.
The TCG simulator.
Yeah, Alex. I've been pulling my packs and doing my wonder picks every time I have an ability to do one. I have 45 cards and I'm like 3/4 of the way through level 3.
That is rough.
You can, like, whenever you're opening packs, you can turn them around and actually open them like people open in real life. So let's open a pack right here live on the show, and let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Now, is that full art? That's a full art Diglett. Nice. All right. A horsey. No, that's a Squirtle. All right, it's a Squirtle. Ponyta. All right, I think I already have that. All right, what else we got?
Zach's done.
Min Shao, I think. And then Diglett. All right. All right, well. Shout out to that, I guess. I got a full art Diglett, and then we got another Diglett in the process. So, shout out to that. But I mean, I've been having fun with it. You know, I haven't spent any money on it. Shout out to that. I've got a few decks now. Trying to get some more decks made. Got a lot of grass. Just it's worked out that way. So a lot of grass stuff going on right now for me. But I mean, it's been fun. Pokemon TCG Pocket is doing pretty well. So that's pretty cool to see. And then after that,
I guess I'll just keep opening packs, and eventually I'll have some fun with it.
Yeah, and as you get like little hourglass things, you can really bust open a lot of packs. I'm opening another one right now, actually. But anyway, in true Nintendo fashion, we've got a couple random Nintendo announcements on a random Tuesday, and I got a full art Snorlax. Look at that, that's pretty cool. They'll do anything but announce the Switch too. So they revealed Xenoblade Chronicle X Definitive Edition is coming to Switch next March. Just announced on a random Tuesday morning.
Hey, people are happy about it.
Every Xenoblade game on the Switch, that's awesome. And this is one of the last first-party titles from the Wii U to get ported up. I think all that's left is like the 2 Zelda games, Star Fox Zero, that will not get ported up. Beyond that, I can't think of anything else. I think they've done everything else.
Now here's hoping we'll get a limited run collection pack of the Xeno Chronicles for Switch.
Right? Yeah, true. That'd be pretty sick. I saw with Video Game Plus, that Canadian store, you can now buy them all like in one collective pack, and that includes Torna, the Golden Country Physical Edition, which is the Xenoblade 2 DLC that you can buy physically. So shout out to that. Then they also released the Nintendo Music app. So again, just random announcements.
What is this?
It's just a music app you can download and just listen to all your favorite Nintendo tracks. You can set playlists, and it's just like Spotify, but Nintendo Music.
Yep.
It's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually
Is it
pretty
free
cool.
or do you got to pay $20?
It's free. Just download it and just listen to music.
That's not Nintendo.
That's not Nintendo.
I think it's really cool. I've downloaded it.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's not Nintendo.
It's not $100 clock, Nintendo.
Yeah, you got to remember they just released a $100 clock.
Yeah, I know.
This should be $25 a month.
Oh, true. No, I mean, shout out to Nintendo app. I saw some post about that where it's just like making Nintendo like your everyday life, where it's like you wake up to your Nintendo Alarmo, and then you go and you check on like your Animal Crossing thing, then you go cook breakfast listening to your Nintendo music, and then you go out and you play Pokemon Go.
No, you got it wrong. You got to wake up to your Alarmo, and then you have to check your Pokemon Sleep app.
That's what it was. It was wake up to Alarmo, check Pokemon Sleep, go make breakfast, listen to the Nintendo music, and then go out and play Pokemon Go on your walk. Just make Nintendo your everyday life. It's like, I guess, shout out to that. That's what they're going for. After that, we've got the Wolverine creative director has left Insomniac, and now they're joining Xbox and the Perfect Dark team.
That's pretty funny.
That is actually really funny. It's like, I feel like that's a pretty big blow, honestly. Creative director, dipping out and going to Perfect Dark. So, Apex Legends not meeting expectations, and no Apex 2 is planned per EA. I feel like that's just a thing of it's been around a while. Maybe it's
in Battle Royales.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. It's a Battle Royale, and I don't think people have liked like the meta of Apex for a long time.
For a couple sets.
Like when I saw that news bit that it's not meeting expectations, I'm just like, it's an older game, man. Battle BRs are kind of little bit phasing out.
I mean, it's still a fun shooter because I still play a game occasionally too, but yeah, the meta's not entirely fun, and
right.
I mean, it still has its core community, but I mean, it's not really drawing new people in at this point.
It's one of those where it's like, at this point, you have your player base, you're not getting anybody new.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that may be smaller than you wanted, but it's because people have left to go play other stuff because they weren't having as much fun.
Yeah. So it's like when I saw that news, I'm just like, well, it's not surprising at all.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do an Apex 2, give us Titanfall 3, please.
They won't.
I know, but it'd be a fresh take on, it'd be a fresh new thing in a pretty stale multiplayer FPS genre that we have right now in today's game. Like, give us something fresh with Titanfall 3.
We will more than likely get Team Fortress 3 before Titanfall 3.
I'm aware. Titanfall 3 is dead. It's not happening. But I can hope and I can dream. Let's see. Death Note Killer Within was announced and is being added to PlayStation Plus just here in a few days.
What is this?
We basically nailed it. It's just trying to dox each other. When we joked around, we basically nailed it. So it's basically
cool.
It's basically Among Us is essentially what it is. It's an online social deduction game up to 10 players. You have, you're split into two teams. One's trying to, you're trying to figure out each other's identities across the board.
So one's light, but everyone else is L.
Basically, like you're either trying to eliminate L, depending on who you are, or you're trying to secure the Death Note. So that's essentially what it is. Yeah, we basically nailed it. You're just trying to dox each other.
So is it a VR? Is it no?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's like I said, it's basically Among Us Death Note is what it is. So I guess shout out to that. It's coming free with PlayStation Plus. You got PlayStation Plus.
Is it only on PlayStation?
No, it's coming. I'm pretty sure it's coming like everything else. I think it's like coming to Switch and PC. I know it's coming to PC. I think it's coming to Switch, but Yeah, but you can get it on PlayStation Plus. So I don't know. Shout out to that, I guess. We got the Warcraft 30th Anniversary Direct scheduled for the 13th. So if you're a big Warcraft fan, look forward to that. The day before, devs have canceled their failings Kickstarter, to no surprise. I mean, give them the balls for trying to come back and trying to do something.
Yeah, we went off when,
Yeah,
when
I know.
that news came out.
Shout out to Fantastic 2.0, now dead already, as it should be. I give them the balls, man. They tried. They tried. They probably should have waited a while, before even attempting it.
I don't know if waiting a while would have helped.
I don't think it would have, but they might
Everyone
have
would
had
have
a
gone.
little bit better chances.
Everyone would have gone and looked up. What have they done before? And these.
Yeah, it's
PO.
it's these guys. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but if you waited more than just a few months, people might be willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It was day before was pretty bad.
I mean, it was bad, but it's like trying to do it a couple months later.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, that's poor form.
I'm like, at least give it like a year.
Yeah, right. Just feels pretty
It's like
scummy.
somebody out there will be like, that was a year ago. Maybe they've changed.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have still had the same stance.
Me too. They're scumbags.
I'm gonna be honest, John. I don't feel that way.
Oh, yeah. That's because we know better.
Black Myth Wukong Physical Edition for PS5 is now up for pre-order. So shout out to that. I'm going to pick that up. Guerrilla finally admits that they are done with Killzone, to no surprise. It's just
Is that
one
up
of
for
the...
debate?
Huh?
Was that like in question?
Just because they never said. So
They never
people
flat
always,
out said it.
People always hope that we
Yeah.
might have gotten something Killzone eventually.
It's one of those things. I think it was, oh man, who was it? I think it was Sucker Punch kind of commented on this as well, where it's just like when you have a property that just kind of explodes the way that it does, in their case, it'd be Ghost of Tsushima, it's just like, what sense does it make to go back, right? Because Sucker Punch, I think, were they Sly Cooper, I think, or they're not Ratchet and Clank, right? I think they're Sly
No.
Cooper.
I believe they are.
Okay, so it's like, while Sly Cooper is like this beloved, nostalgic franchise, it's like, why would Sucker Punch go back to that when they can just keep doing Ghost, right? Now, now, in my opinion, I think we talked about this with the whole like no IPs bullshit comment. It's like, I think that there's could always be a chance some of these IPs come back, but just have another studio take a crack at them. It didn't have to be Guerrilla. It didn't have to be Sucker Punch. Let someone else take a crack at it.
They did Sly Cooper and Infamous.
That's what it was. Yeah, so it was like Sucker Punch kind of commented that they were kind of done with Sly and done with Infamous, because it's like they basically said, it's like, look what Ghost did. Like, look at the numbers that Ghost did. Like, look, it was a Game of the Year nominee and this and that. It's like, why would we go backwards? It's kind of the same thing here with Guerrilla. I mean, Guerrilla's got, Horizon, a huge moneymaker. It's like, why go backwards? But again, like, I don't see why you can't just try to have Sony have Killzone be done by someone else, or, Sly be done by someone else. I don't see a problem with that. But anyway. Ubisoft has disbanded the team behind Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Sales did not meet expectations, and
That's
the sequel
what that
was
stands
denied.
for.
Oh, you were wondering about the POP. Well, I figured The Lost Crown would have given it away.
Nope.
Whatever. That's the name of the game. Anyway. No, when I was reading on this, what was so like disheartening about this news is that when Ubisoft put out like The Lost Crown, what they were hoping for, and more so expecting, is they were expecting Metroid Dread level numbers.
Oof.
And I was just like, that's where you shot yourself.
Oof.
That's where you shot yourself. Like, if you were expecting Metroid Dread, like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, apparently phenomenal game. I still, I enjoyed the demo. I still want to buy it and play it. But it's like you can't expect like Metroid Dread level numbers. It's a Metroid game. It's a Nintendo. That's going to move copies automatically.
I mean, people
just
like
based
Prince
off
of
that.
Persia, but it's not Metroid level fandom.
It's not, and especially like when you look at the Metroid fandom, right? Like, and you look at the name of Dread, that goes back to, I think it's like Metroid Fusion is when Metroid Dread was first teased back in like 2003. So it's just like the fact that you were expecting that, it's like, that's where you shot yourself in the damn foot, which is really disheartening to see, man. And that's all I've got for the weekly wrap up. All we had left is Gamestetic Game of the Week. So since I picked it back up last week, since I showed in mid-show, I guess we just restart the rotation. So I
That's
guess,
me.
yeah, it's you. So Gamestetic Game of the Week.
I am going to go with a slow ball.
Okay.
Yakuza Kiwami.
Okay.
If you haven't touched the Yakuza game series, go with Yakuza
Good place
Kiwami.
to start.
First game of the series, best version of the first game. If you haven't heard of a Yakuza game, you obviously haven't been watching our show.
True.
You play as a Yakuza member who gets into some shenanigans, goes to prison, gets out of prison, spend years, Now you go around taking care of the child of one of your friends who you can't find, and then dealing with Majima hunting you down throughout the city the entire game because he's a madman. Overall, it's a fun action adventure game with all of its weird side stories and interesting characters. Plays story-wise as a Yakuza drama series. When you're actually playing, you're honestly not sure what you're playing at times based on some of the side stories. Overall, very entertaining, always very fun. If you enjoy the game, you have an entire series to enjoy afterwards.
Yeah. Other nice thing about that series is it is pretty much available everywhere that you can buy a game. And if you're curious about it, they go on sale all the time.
Yes, they do.
Yep. And if you've got a Nintendo Switch, which based on sales numbers, and you're a gamer, it's quite possible it's coming to Switch soon.
Yep.
So you can get that. So shout out to that. And then if you fall in love with it, you can go get limited run games special release and buy the full collection. Have a nice like book thing that looks cool.
From 0 to Like a Dragon, because I don't think they had Infinite Wealth in that, did they?
No, they didn't.
Okay,
I thought they only went to 6.
Did it only go to 6?
I thought it only went to, but I think they said they might be doing more. But I think the original picture I sent you was only up to 6.
Okay, maybe it was.
Yeah.
Also, if you have an Xbox and Game Pass, they are on Game Pass.
Every single one.
I did see that here. Shout out to that, by the way. I forgot to include this. In a couple weeks, Like a Dragon, Ishin, and The Man Who Erased His Name is leaving Game Pass in like 2 weeks.
Oof.
Yeah, so
It's a good thing I bought both.
yeah, so there you go. There was another Persona 5 Tactica is leaving Game Pass. That's not surprising. Persona 3 Reload won't be probably far behind it, honestly. There were some other notable titles that were leaving Game Pass here in a few weeks. I think that when I saw the list earlier from Wario 64, it was like 10 games, but those 3 are the 3 that caught my eye. Was those 3 right out of the gate. But yeah, shout out to Yakuza Kiwami. Shout out to that. Gamestead Game of the Week locked up in the books. You guys got anything else you guys want to touch on? Any news bits?
Tuesday is the release of Zenless's 1.4 patch.
Nice.
Oh, no, wait. Is it 1.4? It's either 1.4 or 1.5. I can't remember at the moment.
I think it's 1. I saw something that said 1.4 a little bit ago.
Okay.
So I think it's 1.4.
I'm starting to get my patches mixed up. And so, okay, 1.4 sounds right.
I don't usually play them. I bought a Metroidvania game this week.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
It's called The Last Song.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
It's on Steam. Came out last year. I don't usually play Metroidvania games. They don't usually catch my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I had actually been watching it before it came out because I really like the art style in it.
Okay.
Because it's a Metroidvania Souls-like game.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about now.
Very fun. I'm not used to Metroidvania games and how the map and everything works. So I get very confused, like traveling between and trying to follow the map for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been having a blast with it.
I mean, if you like that one, you may want to try Silk Song.
Those are on my list. It's like those are on my list to actually play. This one I've been waiting to buy this game for a long time because I keep saying I'm gonna wait for it to go on a bigger sale. I'm gonna wait for it. It was on sale for like 20% or something. I was like, fuck it, I'm buying it. Runs great on Steam Deck as well.
I'm scrolling through Twitter, see if there's any other shout outs. I don't know if this is new news. I thought it was already a thing, but he's like actively promoting it. But I mean, why wouldn't you promote it? I don't know if it's new, but I guess it could be. Reggie's book, Disrupting the Game, is now an audiobook. So if you want to listen to that, give it a listen. He also, when people were responding about it a few hours ago, he said, get the audiobook version for Disrupt the Game to hear more about Mother 3 and why the game wasn't localized during my time.
Oof.
The most burning question for Nintendo. A random thing that I have shout out on the show before. I always like to shout this out because I've definitely utilized it a few times. Got some of the newer titles that have dropped, including one that has not even dropped over at QVC. That you can get for $20 off with code HOLIDAY20. It only applies to new accounts. I have made like 4 new accounts to buy games for cheap.
How do you keep making new accounts? Do you have that many emails?
Yes. Well, first off, you have to keep in mind, I have an email for every show, as well as Sparky3. So that alone is a lot of emails. I have my personal email. I have my Alex Light email. I have another Alex Light email. and I've got a couple of these, and if I really want to get further in the weeds, I have my work email. So
If
yes, I
didn't-
have a lot.
If I didn't know any better, I would assume the freaking email scumming of the Yahoo days was still alive.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think he was an OSRS player.
Oof.
But also, hey, with the deals, you can even get Mario and Luigi on there, unreleased. So it comes out next week. So $20 off. Code holiday 20.
Possibly by the end of this month, I may be playing 3 Hoyoverse games.
Oh, nice.
Because Genshin Impact comes to Xbox.
Oh, shot.
So I might be reloading my almost 8-year-old Genshin account.
Nice. Let's see. Is there?
You're not gonna
anything
play
else?
new games.
This year doesn't look like it.
It's like it's like
got
you
February.
play Hoyoverse games, and then Metaphor.
Currently, yes.
And that's like
And once I finish my Metaphor run, I'll probably at least start up a second one, then jump over to Veilguard.
I give you credit. You stick to those games. I start and stop games so quick right now.
Oh, that was the beginning half of this year for me.
Oh, a couple other.
I'm
shout-outs.
playing like 7 games right now.
When's the last time you played Balatro?
That's a long time ago.
That one's on the back burner.
No, I got it's like I'm playing a bunch of different games right
How
now.
often are you hitting up Deadlock right now? Still a couple times a week?
A couple
or?
times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, the last song that is that one is my Steam Deck game right now.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I hop on my Steam Deck, that's what I play.
Nice.
Then it's like I'm jumping between like Elden Ring and
Dark Souls?
Elden Ring and Dragon Age on my PS5 right now, and then Dark Souls occasionally on my on
PC.
Steam.
So,
I mean, I did pick up a new game on Steam like a month ago.
You play it?
Dice Folk, yeah.
all right. Couple other shout outs, I guess. Cyberpunk 2027 coming to Mac. Shout out to the app.
Coming to what?
Mac.
What?
Mac.
What?
Mac. Mac. Apparently, the man who leads the way on the Famicom Detective Club, Emio, would like to continue the series. Shout out to that. And then, you guys heard of Star Citizen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, the producer has passed away.
Oof.
Yeah, passed away suddenly. Rest in peace. T's and P's. Hate to see that. I think that's all I got. All right, let's wrap up the show. There we go. It's on you.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. And leave a comment about the Veilguard if you played it. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, everything he said more. And if you like what you saw with us, we do these live streams usually every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time, somewhere there. So you can come check us out then.
I was laughing because John was so comically small. Like, look at this. It's
I've-
so zoomed out for whatever reason.
I've gone back a lot this I've kept moving further and further back.
Oh, man. But yeah, do everything they said. Make sure to also check us out at our Patreon down below. Check us on Rogue Energy and Agent Inc. That's promo code Sparky3 at Rogue Energy. Use the referral link for both of them. We appreciate that. Join the Discord. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.